Pep Guardiola calls his creativity some of the best he's ever seen. Kevin De Bruyne describes him as a creative machine. Yet, for many fans, those accolades are often overshadowed by his angry confrontations with officials. The criticism of his on-pitch demeanor is constant. Gary Neville has explicitly labeled his habit of waving his arms and openly criticizing teammates as petulant, arguing that such behavior is unhelpful for a captain tasked with leading by example. This frustration reached a peak when former United captain Roy Keane publicly stated that Fernandes should be stripped of the captaincy, criticizing him for moaning and whinging whenever the team struggled. This chart shows how his physical and creative output measures up against other elite European midfielders. From September 2022 to 2023, Fernandes played 6,666 minutes, more than any other player in the world. In the 2022-2023 Premier League season, he created 119 chances, the highest record for a Manchester United player in 20 years. It is a strange contrast, a player who produces elite output while simultaneously acting as a public villain. Understanding why he generates both reactions requires looking past the highlights and into the specific mechanics of how he plays. Fernandes functions as a box-to-box playmaker, a midfielder who covers the entire length of the pitch to support both defense and attack. This map shows his tendency to attempt high-risk passes into the penalty area, resulting in turnovers. But the risk is calculated. The moment he loses the ball, he transitions into a high-energy counterpress, sprinting to win possession back immediately. He accepts the failure of a lost pass as the price for a potential goal. This willingness to choose the difficult path is visible throughout his career. As a child, he turned down a youth contract at Porto's academy. Instead, he joined local rivals Boavista, simply because they offered him transportation to training while his parents were unable to take him. At 18, he moved to Italy to join Novara. He struggled with homesickness and the language barrier, but he didn't quit. He eventually settled in, learned Italian, and was promoted to the first team after only a few weeks with the youth side, helping Novara reach the promotion playoffs. His breakthrough in Italy eventually earned him the Mini Rui Costa moniker. By repeatedly placing himself in uncomfortable situations, he was able to accelerate his rise from Serie B to the top flight of Italian football. From his early days in Italy to the Premier League, his career suggests that performing on the edge of failure is his primary way of finding success. This high-risk approach peaked during his time at Sporting CP. He became the highest-scoring midfielder in Europe, eventually reaching 33 goals in a single campaign. He thrived even during intense club instability. In 2018, around 50 fans attacked the Sporting squad at their own training ground. While several players considered leaving, Fernandes stayed, eventually signing a new contract and leading the team to a cup double the following season. When he moved to Manchester United in 2020, he transformed the system immediately. He provided the creative spark that helped end the club's trophy drought, leading them to titles in both the FA Cup and EFL Cup. But being the primary engine for a global club carries a physical toll. By 2023, he was playing over 70 games a year for club and country, more minutes than any other professional footballer. Under that immense workload, the frustration began to show. His high-risk play became more frantic, and his demands on teammates turned into visible irritation. In the 2025-2026 season, he received 3 red cards, matching a club record for disciplinary issues in a single year. When a player is tasked with being the sole creative outlet for a massive team, these behavioral outbursts are often the byproduct of pure physical and emotional exhaustion. The 2024 FA Cup final became a turning point for how Fernandes was perceived. On the grandest stage in English football, his leadership was put to the ultimate test. He assisted the winning goal and lifted his first trophy as club captain. The performance was so decisive that Roy Keane publicly retracted his earlier criticisms, stating that Fernandes' leadership during the match had been outstanding. His influence now extends to the international level. Once overshadowed by Cristiano Ronaldo, Fernandes has become the tactical focal point for the Portuguese national team. His stats for Portugal reflect his dominance. He was the joint top assister at the 2022 World Cup and set a record with 8 assists during the Euro 2024 qualifying campaign. Fans often demand a captain who remains stoic and silent, but Fernandes isn't built that way. Removing his emotional volatility would destroy the audacity he uses to attempt game-winning, high-risk plays.
The complaints and the frantic energy are the necessary friction of his playing style. They are the exhaust fumes of a relentless risk-reward machine.